harvesting is a rainwater harvesting is a technique. Rainwater harvesting is a technique of collecting rainwater from rooftops to recharge underground water by constructing structures, dug wells, percolation pits, PITS pits, check dams, trenches around agricultural fields, collecting water in ponds and depressions which are resulted due to the earth movements, internal movements when the depressions are occurred, or the artificially when the humans they are dug or make as a depressions on a surface. Such depressions, these are filled during the rainy season, where the water has accumulated. That water recharge underground water through the process of a percolation, seepage process. Through the process of a seepage or a percolation, that water which accumulated on a surface, it recharged the underground water. Clear? It recharged the underground water. It is as the most eco-friendly method which causes no social unrest. It is economically favorable. It is a method of utilizing rainwater for domestic and agricultural purposes. Clear? For domestic and agricultural purposes, we use a rainwater which collects on a open surfaces on a ground through which it can utilize for the domestic and agricultural uses. So in previous class we discussed regarding as the various methodologies, the old traditional patterns or methodologies in which rainwater harvesting techniques used in our past. For example, first it was the Rajaon ki bands or Sukhi Bauli, which constructed during the 15th and 16th centuries. 15th and 16th century, Rajaon ki Bauli or Sukhi Bauli, which constructed during the time of a Sikandar Lodhi in 15th and 16th centuries. Clear? Second, we discuss as a Gandhak ki Bauli. Gandhak, Gandhak. Gandhak ki Bauli. Gandhak ki Bauli constructed during the regime of Iltutmish. It is located nearer to the Mehrauli complex in New Delhi. Third one as a step well of Patan. Step well of Patan, P-A-T-A-N, Patan in Gujarat, which constructed during the time of 11th century. Fourth one is a plenty of kunds and tankas. Kunds means pond and tankas, the term which is brought from the tanks, underground tanks. Kunds, K-U-N-D-S, kunds and tankas, T-A-N-K-A-S, tankas. Kunds and tankas in forts and houses of Rajasthan. In Rajasthan, kunds in parts of Rajasthan and Madhya Pradesh, such kunds and the tankas, these were built for the conservation of a rainwater. Fifth one is a Hauz Khas. Hauz Khas, H-A-U-Z-K-H-A-S. Hauz Khas near Delhi. Hauz Khas near Delhi. Hauz H-A-U-Z, Hajj Khas, near Delhi. That particular reservoir basically constructed to supply water to Siri Port, S-I-R-I, Siri Port near Delhi. To supply water to the Siri Port, that particular reservoir in a Hajj Khas constructed by the Iltutmish. It was constructed by the Iltutmish. So this was as the historical perspective in which as the rainwater harvesting techniques used in during the medieval and the ancient ages. So these examples prove that people learned to collect rainwater for meeting their water requirements. They had the knowledge of rock and soil structures, rainfall patterns, slope of land, water collecting schemes, and drainage system. Is that clear? And drainage system. Next are the various methods of rainwater harvesting used in modern. Various methods of rainwater harvesting used in modern Tankas. In arid and semi-arid areas of Rajasthan, particularly in Bikaner and Barmer, traditionally homes have the large underground chambers. Homes are having the large underground chambers. Such chambers are used, they are used for a collection of rainwater. These chambers are directly linked with the roof through pipes. When rain occurs through pipes, water collected in underground chambers, such water they use for their domestic needs. The needs of their family. For this, they use such water. And another benefit of that water is that water helps to maintain the room temperature. The traditional homes have the large underground chambers are known as tankas for collecting rainwater for drinking purposes. Are known as the tankas. Clear? I'm repeating again. Gulls and Kulls, such kind of divergent channels, these are generally occur in parts of hilly areas, in mountainous regions of Western Himalayas. Rooftop rainwater harvesting technique used in eastern parts of Rajasthan to collect rainwater, and that water they use for domestic purposes. Third one, inundational canals or channels. These are generally as canals constructed along the agricultural fields in West Bengal. Agricultural fields of West Bengal, which is used for irrigation purposes. Fourth one is a khadins and the johars in a large, extensive agriculture fields. These are transformed into as the collection of rainwater in parts of Rajasthan. That water helps to moisten the soil and recharging underground water. And fifth one is the tankas, tanks. The word which has brought from the tanks. Underground tanks or chambers are built in parts of Western Rajasthan. That water they use for domestic purposes, and it helps to maintain the room temperature. So these are those techniques which are built in a way to direct rainwater from the roofs to travel to underground tanks. Generally, water from first rain is not collected because it washes the roofs and the drain lines also. The rainwater can be stored and used for the 3 to 5 years, particularly in summer season when water is in short supply. Yes, Divyansh.
सर अब नेट स्लो हो रहा है सर आपका आवाज नहीं आ रही सर
Okay.
Yes.
You can watch that lecture on a YouTube later. So if we see traditional homes in Rajasthan and Gujarat, such underground tanks are adjoining the rooms to keep them cool in summer, and since water is pure, it is given to the sick people also. However, the practice of rainwater harvesting, which is the need of a present time, is on decline in Rajasthan. It is due to the Indira Gandhi Canal, which supply water. Indira Gandhi Canal, by the construction of this canal, the water necessity which earlier not sufficient to the rainwater harvesting, it is easily completed to the Indira Gandhi Canal. Now people, they are changing their preferences from a rainwater harvesting towards the use of a water directly from that canal which obtained from the Satluj, Indira Gandhi Canal. So due to the change in the pattern of rainfall, failure of administration in supplying drinking water, decline in underground water table, and people are making efforts to the rainwater harvesting. Presently, the Tamil Nadu government, it instructing to the people for those houses which now presently has construct in a parts of Tamil Nadu. All these houses are having the rainwater harvesting method, because as we read earlier, Karnataka, in between of Karnataka and Tamil Nadu, there is a water dispute of a Kaveri River. Kaveri River. At least the domestic needs of our families, it can easily complete to the rainwater harvesting, because Tamil Nadu every year receives a plenty of a rainfall through the retreating monsoon winds. During the months of October, November, and December, floods which are destructing the parts of Tamil Nadu. That water which wasted and caused as a floods, it can be as utilized for the growth of society through the conservation of a rainwater. Clear? So the advantages, what are the advantages? Rainwater is generally used for the variety of the completion of a variety of needs, different needs of society, like as a domestic, industrial, and agricultural. Domestic, agricultural, and industrial needs. Second one, it increases the amount of underground water table and raises its level. Rainwater harvesting techniques, it recharges underground water level and reduce the impact on it. Third one, it improves the quality of water and reduces pollution. Rainwater harvesting techniques improves the quality of water and reduces pollution. Fourth one, rainwater harvesting, it can decrease as the impact of floods. It decreases the flooding of areas and save farmland, soil erosion, and destruction of property. How? Because if we collect the rainwater along the slopes of mountains, it will not result as a soil erosion. If rainwater harvesting techniques, it will be as practiced in a parts of plains, then it will not result as a floods. Clear? Depressions, it can be as a filled with the rainwater, or a seasonal rivers, which are generally known as the Cho in a parts of Punjab. Such divergent channels can be utilized for collection of rainwater. Clear? So fifth one, it supplements the domestic and irrigation needs. Clear? Is that clear? So these are some of the advantages of rainwater harvesting techniques. Clear? So in rainwater harvesting, due to the various colonies and schools, they are now presently have taken the rooftop rainwater harvesting in a parts of Delhi also. Presently, the rooftop rainwater harvesting techniques are used in Delhi in most number of schools. Due to as a water shortage is experienced everywhere, either you live in an urban or a rural areas, you will feel as a water scarcity. Water scarcity. So the need of the hour is to, we have to conserve the rainwater and without depend on anyone or wait for somebody to tell us and take the steps for the water conservation. Clear? This was our chapter, water resources. If you are having any other questions, you can ask. Those who are having the queries,